week. And we're super excited to have everyone. So welcome, welcome, welcome. Tonight, we are going to talk about leadership. Who wants to know how to be a better leader? For those of you who don't know, the way that Sybil and I and Nicole and Shannon collaborated on this little SWAT team call is that we were all in a meeting with Brendan Bouchard, which is, he's a motivation, no, he's not a motivational, what is he? He is a high performance coach, and we were just thinking about how we wanted to start using some of our skill sets to share with each other. And so this subject tonight has been really on my heart. And one thing I just want to address really quickly is we got your requests for information, we got your requests for training. I want to tell you that we are going to address some of them, and some of them are not. Some of them are pretty basic. Some of them fall under the GTS code of Google that stuff. And so if you send in something and you could have potentially Googled the answer to that question, you need to Google it. And this is also kind of my call to action to you as leaders to provide some basic training for your teams. I want you guys to know what leadership is. I want you to know what it looks like, what it sounds like, what the steps are to do that. And so this is a 30-minute call. We honor that time, and we're going to just stick to that. I'm praying right now that I can actually do it in that period of time. So we're going to start. This is really basic. There are 6 E's to leadership. 6 E's, the letter E. And the very first one is envision. Envision. You as a leader need to envision the future. Brendan Bouchard said that if you cannot see yourself walking across the stage as an isogenics millionaire, if you cannot close your eyes right now and see yourself walking across the stage as an isogenics millionaire, waving, you feel the butterflies, they're handing you the flowers, you're hugging and kissing Jim and Kathy. Can you see it in your mind? If you can't, that's the first step. You have to practice envisioning what the future looks like. You have to, because you are that leader, you are that visionary for your team. You have to be able to cast a vision so strong that people are like, I want to go with you. Take me where you're going. I'm so excited about where you're going that I want to be there too. That's your job as a leader. Your job is to cast that vision and make sure that you are bringing people along with you. I have to say, like, one of the very first things that I struggled with was vision casting. And I used to message Tanya and be like, what does that mean? I don't get it. All that it means is that you can see where you're going and that you can cast that future vision for someone else. Brendan said the number one hang up for people in weight loss is that they cannot imagine themselves skinny. They can't imagine themselves skinny. If you have someone who's struggling to lose weight or to let go of their old habits, it's because they can't imagine themselves skinny. If that's you, you better start doing the mental work that it takes to get there. Because if you can't imagine it, your body and your brain will never get into action to have it happen, ever. Same thing with your financial future. If you don't believe it, if you don't think it can happen, if you're like, I could never make 6 figures, it won't happen because you won't put in the action steps that you need to be successful. Same with weight loss. They totally apply to each other. You have to be able to see the future. You have to be able to know where you're going clearly, and you have to cast that vision for everyone around you. Think of your leader and how your leader casts that vision. Are you doing that for your people in your organization? Are you casting the vision? One of the other problems that I run into all the time is that everyone points their finger to me and says, just do what Lindsey does. Do what Lindsey does. Guess what? I may as well be a unicorn with, 2 corns and have purple flowing hair. Like, they don't know me. They don't get me. They haven't seen all the work that I've done on a day-to-day basis to get where I am. They don't relate to me. But they relate to you. They relate to you. They understand you. You're their friend. They want to watch you do it. And I promise you, as soon as I started to do it myself, as soon as I started to make those advances, as soon as I started to do things like hit executive and make 6 figures and be a platinum, like people were like, okay, I believe you. I'm going to come with you. Okay, but until you do it for yourself, until you cast that vision, until you show people how strong you are to go ahead and to move forward, they're not gonna believe you. They're not gonna believe you. So it's super, super important for you as a leader to be casting that vision. Okay, second E, enlist. Enlist is the second E. People support what they create. People support what they create. What does that mean? That means that you have to bring people along in the process. You have to bring them in. If you have someone who comes into your organization and they're like, me, I want it. I want to do this. I'm going to go with you. You better bring them into the fold. And you better say, you know what? I can show you how to do this. Come with me. What are we going to do together? We're going to have tasting parties together. We're going to do Zoom calls together. We're going to do live videos together. I'm going to be here every step of the way with you, and I am going to enlist with you. You need to know their dreams. You need to know what they're going for. You have to be 100% committed and supportive of what they want. You need to believe the dream so that they can believe the dream. You have to enlist them. You have to join arms. You've heard that. You're like, link arms. Think of it really physically as linking arms. Really think about what you can do to link arms with people and run with them. So many times you guys make the assumption that someone's going to do it by themselves. They're not. They need you to link arms with them. They want you to link arms with them. They need you to link arms with them. They need you to be there, and they need to know that you're like the pillar of confidence and security, and that you're going to take them where they need to go. That's your job as a leader. This is what it is to me. This is what it means to be a leader. This is what you have to do to lead a giant organization into success. Does that make sense? Give me a thumbs up if you guys are resonating with me. Think about the leader that you followed. What did they do that cast a vision for you? How did they enlist you in the process? What were they doing with you? If you're not doing that for the people who are coming into your organization will not grow. It will not grow. This is something that you have to do individually for your organization, or it won't grow. Okay? Number 3, embody. Number 3 is embody. You have to embody the message. You have to be so congruent. Okay? You have to be so congruent. You have to have integrity. You have to embody the message. If you're going to be a health and wellness coach, you need to embody that. You need to do it when no one's watching, you know? What we say has to be completely congruent with what we do. You cannot say one thing and do another. You can't be like, you guys need to post every day on Facebook, and then you don't post every day on Facebook. You can't say, you need to be on this training call, and then you're not on the training call. You have to be the one to demonstrate, to show us how it's done. You have to totally be the embodiment of the message. And that has to come from you. So if you want people to follow you, if you want them to enlist with you, you have to do the do. We say that phrase all the time, but I don't think you guys take it seriously enough. Doing the do means you have to take the action steps in order to succeed. And you have to bring people along with you. I can tell you one thing right now. If you're not being congruent or having integrity, people won't follow you. They just won't. So it's really, really important that if you're going to call yourself a health and wellness coach, that's how you show up every single day. Does that make sense, you guys? Okay, a couple more. Empower people. So E, empower. We have so many incredible tools, you guys. We have all the tools that we need to empower people. You have the SWAT team calls. You have the Step Up to Success calls. You probably have your own team calls. We have like old training calls. My business page is a treasure trove of old training calls that people can watch and learn from. There is so much. I have to tell you guys that when I was starting this business, I watched Tanya's business page like it was like that was it. Like I watched it like it was a TV show. She made a live video, I watched it. She posted a training call, I watched it. You know, Trudy and Sybil and I all started like within months of each other. Neither one of us, like none of us knew what we were doing. The only person we had to rely on was Tanya's business page. And I literally watched every single video. If she didn't post a video, I'd scroll till I found one. But I watched trainings every single day. Teacher, you know, plug your people into the resources. You know, isogenicsbusiness.com. Tell them where to go to get the information. They need to be doing it on their own. You know, invite them to watch calls every day, to plug in. This is not, you know, so many of us think that we can be Isogenics millionaires by not doing any training. Can we all just have a real moment right now? People go to nursing school for like 4 years and spend 10 to 12 hours a day studying to become a nurse. Why do you all think you can be Isogenics millionaires without studying? You can't. You can't. So you need to spend the time putting in the effort to learn the craft. All the tools are there. Every single one. All the teaching, all the training, everything. It's all there. But if you're not watching it and applying it to and trying to better your skills every day, you won't have success. You have to be plugging people in, letting them know where to find the training, and really encouraging your leaders to do training every single day. I've been telling people that like recently, I've just like, hey, if you want to do this, you need to be watching a training video or doing personal development every single day. That should be something that's in your power hour or in your planning that you're doing. It's something that you should be doing every single day, is plugging into the resources and learning to get better, honing your skills, getting better. And please, please, if you come from a different, you know, network marketing company, it doesn't cross over. You have to learn the Isogenics way of doing it. Okay, so don't be proud and be like, I know this crap. You have to plug in and learn the way to do it successfully with Isogenics. Okay, so that's really, really important. You have to tell your people what calls to be on. There's a Step Up to Success manager call. There's a Step Up to Success director call. There's an executive call, a 2-star call. There's an Experience Isogenics call. There was a How to Host a Sip and Sample call. There's no lack of resources. Like if you're brand new and you're like, well, my leader isn't doing calls, that's fine. There's still plenty of calls out there for you to be plugging into, including this one. But you also have to be the one driving that information to your person. So if you have someone in your organization who's like, hey, I think I want to do this, I think I want to be successful, you need to take that person and you need to say, be on the Step Up to Consultant call every single week until you're a consultant. And then be on the Step Up to Manager call every day or every week until you're a manager. Be on that call. Be on the SWAT team call. Be on our team calls. And guess what? If you're not on those calls, you're not that interested because you're not doing the training that it takes to get you where you need to go. Just have real conversations with people, you guys. They need to know what to do, and they need to know if they want to take it seriously, they need to know how to take it seriously. And they only get that information from you. I'm a unicorn with two horns and purple hair. They're not going to listen to me. They're going to listen to you. They're going to listen to you. So be the leader. You have to be the leader and show them where to find the information. Does that make sense? Okay, number 5, evaluate. Evaluate. Number 5, evaluate. Evaluate where you are. Okay? What does that mean? That means you have to take a real hard, honest look about where you are. How am I doing as a leader? How are my team members doing? How are, you know, people being in my organization? Are they being excellent? Are they being ethical? Are they following the guidelines that we set out for them? Okay, so you have to think about that. If you guys have an open line, mute your phone for me, so we don't have a lot of static on the page. Sib, can you grab that? If you are not getting to your goal, really ask yourself why. Why am I not getting to that goal? What's happening? Where is the gap? Because there is a gap. If you're not getting there, there's a gap somewhere. Your leadership somewhere is weak. You're not bringing enough people along. I hope the people that are on this call know that in order to grow your cycles, you have to grow your leaders. You guys know that they're directly tied, right? So if your cycles aren't growing, if you've been cycling 5 times a week for 3 years, you know, it's time to grow a leader. It's time to link arms with someone and to envision with them, to enlist them, to embody the leader that they need to be and to run with them, to link arms. You need to grab the people who are ready to do this. And it's going to change from time to time. The other day, I found my old consultant thread of the first 10 consultants I ever created. Okay, guess what? There was like 2 people on it who still do isogenics at all. So, you know, don't get hung up on the people who you start with. If they're not ready, if they don't catch the vision with you, it's okay. Hear me say it, it's okay. There are other people who will catch the vision with you, but you have to keep going. You have to be casting the vision and saying, you know what, it's okay if you don't want to come with me. I'm going to keep going because I know the power of this product, and I know the power of this compensation plan. You can stay here, but I'm going to keep going. Come back to me when you think you might be ready. Okay? Did I say, what was the last one I said? I'm going back. Evaluate. Oh yeah, evaluate. So give yourself an honest look at what you're doing and if you're succeeding. And if you're not, you guys, I truly believe that everyone on this call has a leader that you can contact who will help you. If it's not the person you're directly enrolled with, it might be the person above them. But I can honestly look at this group of people and say, all of you have a leader who will help you and give you an honest assessment of what you might need to be doing. So you have to turn around and evaluate how you're doing every once in a while and look to see what you could be doing or what you could be doing differently. Are there a lot of facets to this business? Yeah, there is. There's a lot of facets. And you're not going to improve them all at once, but you can improve one thing at a time. And you can move through those improvements systematically. You really can. So start where you feel like you're weakest and grow from there. Plug into training calls. Google is an incredible tool, you guys. If you feel like your social media game isn't strong, Google isogenic social media. Trainings will come up that you can watch and plug into and learn from. And then turn around and enlist your team members and teach it to them. Brendan said, if you want to grow as a leader, you need to be teaching the material. So although you guys want us to train on some very basic stuff, and that's not going to happen because you should be teaching it to your team. That's what really should be happening. You should be teaching the basics to your team. You should be doing, that's your job. You need to be doing that. So if you're thinking right now, I've never taught my team to do anything, that needs to change. If you're on this call, you're a leader. As a matter of fact, if you roll 2 people in this company, you're a leader. And you need to take that job and responsibility seriously. It might be a very small job. It just might be 2 people. But it's your role to teach them what to do next, or else they don't know. Okay, here's my last one, and I'm totally within my 30 minutes. So I'm super proud of myself. So the last one is encourage. Ryan is quoting my favorites. Ryan knows I have a little bit of a Brendan Burchard obsession. He said, just because you can't keep up doesn't mean you can't show up. Hello, truth bomb. All right, So the last one is encourage, okay? You guys never underestimate the power of encouraging words. Never underestimate that. Cheer people on always, whether it be in their weight loss, whether it be in their business. Cheer them on, give them encouraging words, tell them to keep going. Tell them that you're there for them. Give them encouraging words. You have to motivate, you have to inspire. What are you doing in your business page or in your business thread? If you don't have a page yet, what are you doing to inspire, to motivate? What are you doing to get them excited? Because you guys, guess what? This business can get hard. Who at one point in their isogenics business who has said like, ooh, this is hard? Who said it? Like all the hands better be up. Like, because if your hand isn't up, like I want to talk to you because I want to know how you do that. It's hard sometimes, you guys. It's hard. And you have to be the one who, when it's hard, people can come to you and you can give them the positivity. So what are you going to do when it gets hard for somebody? What are you going to say? How are you going to turn it around for them? When it gets bleak, what are you going to do? How are you going to turn around? You have to be the one. You have to be the one prepared to always turn it around when people are feeling like it's getting hard, because we've all been there, right? And it's important to know that we've all been there. Like, don't let people feel like they're nutso for thinking it's hard. It's hard sometimes. That's normal. And that's really what I love to tell people when they're telling me it's getting hard. I'm like, you know what? You're disappointed. That's normal. It's totally normal to be disappointed. It's what you do after the disappointment that matters. It's what you do after that. Do you get up the next day and make the call? Do you get up the next day and do the live video? Do you get up the next day and do the Facebook post? Do you get up the next day and create a consultant when it gets hard, or when you didn't hit your goal, or when it kind of sucks? What do you do the next day? You have to be the one who's turned it around so many times that when that person comes to you and they're like, I don't know what to do, I can't turn it around, you know what to say because you've been there. We've all been there, but you turned it around. You turned it around. You brought it around to the other side, and you're going to show them the way. You're going to reconnect with them. You're going to empower them, and you're going to be the leader that you need to be successful. Does that make sense, you guys? Yeah, it gets hard. It gets hard. All right, you guys, those are my 6 E's of leadership. And there's 6, so there's a lot. And I don't want you to get off this call and be like, that's too many E's. I can't handle that many E's. What you need to do is pick one and get better. Pick one and get better. You know, if there's someone that you can say an encouraging word to, do that. Message them. If there's someone that you need to link arms with and enlist with, pick one. Talk to them. If you need to do some evaluating in your business because you're stuck, call your leader, make an appointment, and ask them why you're stuck. They'll tell you. If you're enrolled to me or SIP, we'll tell you. We know. I can guarantee we probably know what you're stuck with. So reach out to that person and have them tell you. Do one thing. Do one thing to change your business. Yeah, sure, you guys, it can be overwhelming. Isn't anything? Do you think becoming a nurse is overwhelming? Do you think they learned it all in one day? No, it took them 4 years of studying and clinicals and exams and hours of studying homework every single day. And you guys are like, I want to be an Isogenics millionaire tomorrow? Put in the work. Put in the work. Thank you. See, LaToya's like, I was a nurse. It's hard. Okay, so I had to compare it to something that you guys can understand, because it's not just like this. You have to really put in the time and you have to work at it. You cannot believe for a second that I came into Isogenics this way. Let me see if there's anyone on the call who, well, Sybil knew me when I came in. Sib, Have I always been this way?
No, you haven't always been this way. You weren't even interested in the business, really. But yeah, I mean, you are definitely a student, and I know how hard you work. And like I said last weekend, you raised the bar for me, and you showed me what really, really hard work looked like and felt like. And some days I don't think you shower and your hair looks like this, but that's because you're working so hard. And you know, you gotta do what you gotta do.
And I also want you guys to know that there's been days where I have been in the dumper, you guys. And I was like, I don't know if I'm ever going to be able to do this. I don't know if I'm ever going to be able to make 6 figures. I don't know if I'm ever going to be an Isogenics millionaire. I've been there. I feel you. I know what it feels like. I got up the next day and I went back to work. That's the only difference. That's the only difference between me and you. I just got back to work and I didn't let anything get in my way. There were hard days. There were really, really hard days. There were what we call wall kicking moments. Everybody has them. Everyone, you guys. Everyone has wall kicking moments. It's what you do after that that makes the difference. Because a lot of people, there's like a trail, right? A dirty, long trail of dead Isogenics bodies. If you're on this call, you're not a dead Isogenics body. Congratulations. You're still gutting it out. You're still gutting it out. I don't ever want to look back on the trail and see your dead body. Do what it takes to get there. Because I want you guys to know that you can do it. You can do it. If you're seriously, if you're sitting here looking at my face, I want you to know that you can do this. You can totally do this. It's totally up to you. It's not up to anybody else. So if you have gotten in a habit of looking at your sponsor and being like, it's their fault, you need to go back to that evaluation part and think about you and what you're going to do next. Because it's not about your enrolling sponsor. If it was, I wouldn't be here either. Like, you cannot blame other people. You have to get the work done yourself. No one's going to bail you out. No one's going to do it for you. No one. All right, you guys? Okay, 2 minutes left. Does anyone, should I open it for questions, Sib, or should we just end it?
No, it's up to you, Linz.
You can have 2 minutes of questions. Anybody?
Yeah, they just have to unmute themselves and start talking. Any questions, you guys?
Okay, I just want you guys to know you can do this. And yeah.
I actually do have a question.
All right.
Can you hear me?
I can.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had where we're at right now. I'm wondering, is this going to be recorded?
No, we're not. We're not distributing these calls. We really want people to be on the call. It's 30 minutes of your life every Wednesday. We are recording the calls for our purpose as leaders, but we're not distributing them. We may, after a segment of calls, release a whole block of calls later on, but we're not releasing them weekly. We want you to be on the call. We want you to be here and show up, and we want you to put the time in for your business. Because you know what? People who say like they're going to watch the recording,
appreciate all that.
They don't. They don't watch the recording. So we just want to be here for the people who want to be here. Thank you, though.
Okay.
Hi, Lindsay.
Well, thank you.
Yes.
I have a question, and it's a general question. So you say with all the 6 E's and keep evaluating yourself, encouraging. How long does it generally take to make a leader? Because that's what I'm struggling with, is getting any of my people to become consultants.
Okay, well, you know, the one thing you need to know is like not everyone's going to do it. How many people have you enrolled?
7, I think. 7.
Okay.
Yes.
To get to executive, you need to enroll 30 people.
Okay.
I mean, I'm just honestly, not everyone's going to do it. So don't get hung up that you don't have 100% conversion rate. Not everyone's going to do it. So if you want to know the real truth, if you want to get to executive, you got to enroll 20 to 30 people. And you can be really good at creating consultants if you're super, super consistent about telling everyone before they get started that they're going to be a consultant. And that's it.
Okay, so just preparing. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I have a quick one.
Yeah.
Hi, Lindsay. It's Stacy Wiley.
Hi.
So once you run to executive and you got your team, and then you start to have people fall out. So my question for you is, oh my goodness, they haven't barked the whole time and now they're both barking. Sorry. When you feel your team starting to dissipate a little bit, just some words that you would think that might be powerful that I will remember, that would be your number one tip of how to reinforce that team.
Get to executive again.
Okay.
You're not going to do it with one set of 10.
Yeah, you just keep going to the next
There's
10.
a reason why Isogenics compensates you to the first 20 consultants.
Okay.
That is because you need 20 to stay paid as.
Okay.
True story. Can't do a 10. Got to keep going, which means you need to enroll closer to 50 people.
Gotcha.
If you want to stay paid as forever. Okay. I mean, this is just like real talk here. Real talk. Like all of your goals seriously should be, I need to enroll 100 people.
Okay.
Really. Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, guys, it's 6:32. We'll honor your time. Thank you for being on the call. We really appreciate it. Who's next week? Shannon? Shannon Cameron's going to be next week. What are you going to talk on, Shannon? Do you know yet? She does. What is it?
She's unmuted.
Sorry, I was muted. I just had to unmute myself. We are going to be talking about social media.
Oh my gosh.
So it's going to be a really good one. There's so much to talk about, and so we'll be breaking it down. I'll probably touch on some aspects, and then we can do more later. But social media, big topic, and it's a great way to grow your business.
Thank you, Shannon. All right, guys, have a good night.
Thanks so much, you guys.
Touch.
Bye.
Good night. Thank you.
Good night.